There you go.
Right, just check that's focus, please, mate. Like up close. How's that look?
Yeah, bang on.
Bob on.
Yeah.
Woo! Here we are, Wednesday Waffle, the first one with the new camera equipment for YouTube. Big dog, now then, Matt, how are you, brother? So good day, YouTube. Just give me a moment, bit of housekeeping for the first YouTube video. How you doing? So it's the first time we're going with this new camera, the Canon R7. I'm making a bit of an attempt at doing my own podcasting studio. You can't see it, but on Instagram and TikTok they can. And it's basically, it's a cardboard box posted to the side of the wall. But yeah, so YouTube, thank you for tuning in. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers this year. So if you haven't already, you're watching this, please like and subscribe and comment or something. Right, good day. How are you all doing down here on Instagram and TikTok? We're now on the two original phones. Danny, mate, I'm doing bloody good, thank you. Nobody like me. Good day. Now then, Matt. So, what a week! What a flipping fantastic week. Clearly, things have been going on. As you can see, we've been putting out bits of content with the new camera equipment, very much learning it. Once I get back to Ruth next Wednesday, she will very much take the reins with that and start getting to learn how to use it, how to edit stuff. And yeah, and that is going to be that. A little quick thing on this. So we've got the Huntingdon races on the 5th of February, and we're the title sponsors, so we're going to be getting a massive branding board which will go behind the where the prize presentation, and it'll be like 6 foot by 4 foot, I think. So I'll take that away with me afterwards, and that will come to our new house, and it will go in the office on the wall, which will then form part of our recording studio for doing stuff like this. And then when I sit down and have conversations with other sort of British business owners, not to take the limelight from a very good trusted confidant of mine, sort of big brother figure in business, Matt, whose podcast is called British Business with Matt Holland, which I will say, if you are running a small business, or any business really, you need to check it out. Very much James Sinclair, but with its own sort of nuances as to why it is just as good in its own little ways. So that is that, and you know, it's something I'm going to be doing in the future. So let's talk about this week, shall we? Because that is why we're here, to talk about the week of Lockwood. So the 15th last week, which was Thursday, on the business side of stuff, big up Jimmy Blair. That's a random one. So Instagram, TikTok, I do reply to comments on both sides. So if you're thinking, what the hell is he talking about? It's probably because I'm replying to one on the other. But I will say, because TikTok people can just put whatever names up, they seem to be a bit more loose with their keyboard fingers. So yeah. Right, yeah, so we had one of the bigger bosses within the Jimmy Blair was in the regiment back in the day. No, he still is somewhere. He's a late entry officer, mate. Yeah, he was. Where did I last see him? He was at Black Weekend last year. But yeah, on the 16th, which was the Friday, so I signed up for an interest for a sort of like a business coaching, mentoring program thing, and I kind of just wanted to get a bit of a understanding of what it was, because they're top of funnel, as we call it, so the social media. I won't mention the name because it was absolutely dreadful, but it looked really good on the outset of like a sort of, they get you from one, you know, when you're around the 10 to 15 grand a month or 30, 40, whatever, they will take you up. But yeah, and then I had a meeting with a guy, and it was, you speak to someone and it was just disinterest in a phone call. So yeah, that was and it's like, I thought, that is a company that's out there in the real world trying to make money, and I just thought, well, if that's how they're going to treat a potential client, then bloody good luck to them. Anyway, so that was that. And then we got into this weekend, which I have no idea what happened, but we had the sort of standard of payday, the standard of a weekend, what I'd expect on a very, very good payday in terms of people supporting us and wanting to get involved with the company. It was just flipping fantastic. And I don't know where the hell it came from. But yeah, I mean, it's... I often thought January would be quite a hard month just after Christmas, and my God, could it be anything but. We're sort of on track to have our best month ever as a company, and I just think, is that maybe because of all the people that bought at Christmas, and then like the word is slowly getting out there about us. People are coming and seeing what we're all about, seeing our fantastic signage for a start, and clearly thinking, I want to be a part of this. Your camo smokes are cool, but I have questions. Why is the rank slide so low, and why not camo patches? So come September on the next batch is a very good question. It is a very good question. That first batch were made at my first factory, and it was a lot more difficult to make alterations and changes because it was charged at a sort of an hourly rate, and the type of factory they were, it was more, it was just... There was a lot more staff, and it was a lot of a bigger place, so it was kind of, I had to it was a lot more difficult to make changes, basically. So when I get my next batch of them done in September, the rank slide will be at an appropriate height, and the camo Velcro, or rather the lack of camo Velcro, I've now sourced somewhere that isn't extortionate prices to have it done, because of the size of the shape of this slide itself. You have to get like a full roll patch, which you can then cut into slices. And again, early on in the days, I didn't really know as much about sourcing and finding materials. So on the next batch in September, the rank side will be higher, and it'll have MTP camo patches. I didn't want to just take a generic random Velcro, so finding the right licensed Velcro is very important. I mean, there are knockoff MTPs and things like that, but then I think it just ruins credibility. So I'd rather have just not been quite perfect before getting it perfect, if that makes sense. So I hope that answers your question. So yeah, come September, they will be like that. So yeah, and then I put a video out, and literally continuing on with this Brecon chat, I put a video out on with the Brecon smock, and it's, you kind of got to get a bit of attention somehow, and I kind of the opening line was, if the sort of crow that leaves his Gore-Tex on for a section attack keeps scrolling. And my God, did that get some bloody attention. Majority negative attention. Soldiers commenting, saying just all sorts of stuff. But because them soldiers were giving me crap, it actually ended up that it got 100,000 views. I mean, it's clocking up now, but over the weekend we got 100,000 views across both platforms. So that negative attention is still attention. The bloke will moan at everything. Yeah, exactly. And I think where you had all these soldiers sat there commenting, having a little laugh at themselves, thinking at my expense, all that did was push that video so far. And I think we sold like 6 or 7 Brecons, something like that, over the weekend. So bloody brilliant stuff. So although it was, it was a bit frustrating, I'm sat there, I'm thinking, like, I literally designed, this was the first smock I did, and I designed it because I was sick to death of being cold and wet. And then I've done it so other soldiers can get something that's been designed from a soldier's bloody point of view, and then that is your reaction. But what that does do, all that negativity just pushes it, and then people that have got more than 3.5 brain cells in their head think that is a bloody brilliant bit of kit, and then they buy it. So so good lesson learnt, really. Controversy is bloody good. So yeah. And then Money Monday, as I am coining it. Are you currently serving it? I am, mate, yeah. I'm sat in a reserve camp right now on a tasking up in Scotland. We finished this task and we've been on it since sort of November last year, and then we're back down to battalion next week. But I am soon to be leaving, so I'll be leaving the military. My last day in unit is the 6th of March. Final medical the day before that, and D-kit the day before that. So yeah, bloody nice. But yeah, Money Monday. So what is Money Monday? So maybe those of you who've been following this journey for quite a while now, you'll see we sort of were sort of flirting with the idea of getting investment in, and then, you know, I had a lot of people that were sort of game for it and then weren't, and then were, and then, you know, there was a man that left an offer on the table which would have taken a massive chunk of my company but would have fixed all my money worries, but it wasn't the right thing to do. So I've been trying to secure funding probably for the last month or so, because as you can, you know, you look on the website and it's high ticket stuff because of the quality of it and the British manufacturing piece, you know, wanting to do ethically manufactured pieces that boost our economy. So it comes with a price tag at your end, and at my end it also comes with a price tag, but I'm not buying individual items. I'm buying in the 50s, the 100s, the 150s, the 300s, and I've got to fund that somehow, and up until now I'd been doing that from my own wage, overdrafts, credit cards, personal loans, you know, wherever the bloody hell I can get money from, robbing Pete to pay Paul sometimes, you know, borrowing some to pay someone off to get some more, to pull it back in, to take it out, and then because of that, my credit rating's been in the toilet for a long time, pretty much. So getting funding has been quite difficult. But on Monday, I finally closed a deal for a sort of rotating credit facility. It's called inventory financing. So I basically have a pot of money that I can draw from and then keep paying back. So it's like an open loan, like an overdraft in essence, but a very large one. And because I got that on Monday, I've literally wrote it down. Money Monday is what it was, 19th of January. Bloody lovely day as well. So what have I done with that money from Money Monday? We've got the first order in of the Falkland Smocks, which are getting released at the Great British Shooting Show at the NEC on the 13th, 14th and 15th of February. Now, I managed to bring that forward because I very much believe if something gets mentioned 3 times, that's the universe talking to me and saying to me, Jacob, this needs to be acted on. The same for this bloody book, Atomic Habits. The universe gave it to me 3 times, so I acted on it. Best bloody book I've ever read in my life. And a customer spoke to me about it. I think it might even have been Danny, who's commenting on Instagram. I can't bloody quite remember. It was about a month ago. It was somebody recently. And then over the weekend I got offered a space there to exhibit, and I was like, oh, I don't know. And then on Money Monday, a guy, Nick from Trident Military Cigars, rang me and says, look, I'm going in, do you want to go in on a stand at the Great British Shooting Show? I says, right, okay, that's the 3rd time, I'm in. So I got hold of my factory and I says, can you get them Falklands to me within 3 weeks? And they were like, okay, we'll push everything, we'll get you in. So the Falklands, although they were scheduled, 2 secs, Clark Kent, mate. Although they were scheduled for March, again, they've just moved heaven and earth for me. I could bloody kiss them, and I have kissed bloody Pav quite a few times, only on the cheek though. Because he believes in what we're doing, and he wants it to succeed. So just quickly before I move on, Clark, jackets look spot on, mate. Been tracking from start-ish. Question on fitting a 6'9" frame. Definitely XL or above. We do have the double XL. So there's a soldier called Andy. And he's like 6'6", 6'7", and he got an extra large, and it fit him in the body, but it was just a bit short in the arms. So a double XL, Clark, would do you bang on. But if you order, and it's a bit short, a bit long, a bit baggy, you can just get in touch and I'll send you the next one up or down. And then that leads me very on nicely to the next point I was going to make. So Churchill's out of stock in most sizes. I think there's like a medium and a small left now. Vintage Arthur and Vintage Henry, XL and triple XL. Well, triple XL we haven't done before, but we just got the order in, so we're going to get the XL back in stock and the triple XL also in stock. So they're on pre-order at the moment. We've still got some double XLs in all sizes apart from the Churchill. And extra large is sold out in everything, but everything is now on pre-order. And like with everything, when I put stuff on pre-order, I always think if you're going to put your quite welcome, Clark, mate. If you're going to put your trust in me by pre-ordering, I will knock you a bit of money off. And we've stopped the discounts now for signing up to the mailing list. So that is the only time that discounts are going to be if you pre-order stuff. It helps me get numbers of, it helps me track numbers of how much are we going to sell here. Ian, could you just check the camera here? Because it looks to me like I'm blurry on this YouTube. Can you see that? Am I blurry on that?
There you go.
Oh, is that in focus now?
Yeah.
Yeah, boom. I was just looking, I was like, is it my eyes or is it the bloody camera? So that is all the smocks in size that have sold out are now back on pre-order, and they're going to be coming very bloody quickly. And then the final bit of news is the new camera. I'm just going to show you it. TikTok and Instagram, if I can work out how to spin this camera. Oh god, what have I done? I don't know how to turn the bloody camera around. Well, I'm just gonna have to turn you round. But boom. But look at this. This is an absolute weapon of a bloody thing. And I'll just show you there. Look at that. Wowza Rooney. Oi, oi, oi. So that is what we're working with now. That is our new bit of equipment. So you're going to start seeing a noticeable difference in the quality of video and still imagery that we're going to be putting out for the company. I know. And we got it for that whole setup. Less than half price, and it's A graded at maybe not quite half price. I mean, what is it? The camera's like 1900 quid brand new, the lens about 500-600 or something. So yeah, less than half price for that unit there. So bloody winner. This year I've been working on myself. I've been getting better. I've been working on the business has been getting better, and now the content, the social media is going to be getting better. So that is everything. Updates on the secret projects. The main secret project has just had to be put on hold slightly because we're getting the Falkland smocks out in 3 weeks' time. Basically Valentine's weekend. We'll be getting them out and posting them before we go to the NEC. You set up for shipping to BFPO. Yeah, I can post to BFPO, Clark, mate. I know, because we're not, by September we will be VAT registered, so you'll be able to work out how to claim the VAT back. Or I think when you get in touch, I'd take the VAT off because it wouldn't be liable to paying VAT, Clark, mate. So come September, when you go to order your XL, double XL or whatever, you'll be able to just message me and not have to pay the VAT in essence. That is it really. And I suppose any other final questions, please start firing them at me right now. If not, just look forward to the content improving. Get yourself on the website, look at the pre-orders. The Falklands pre-order has now massively been brought forward. I need to adjust that on the website actually to reflect what we're doing. We've got the Lockwood Premium British Smocks race day on the 5th of February. We've got a couple of tickets left for that. So if you'd like to come along, just message me and I'll send you some free tickets by all means. So yeah, look it up on Google as well. Lockwood Premium British Smocks race day. Wow. Yeah, cool. I think I'm just going to stop this. And if there's nothing else, troops, thank you for all the support. Like I said, we're on track to have our best month ever in a January. How the hell I've done it, I don't know. I say we. I've very much been flying solo up here without my little ears. But yeah, she's been kicking on back down there in Windsor by herself, bless her. No, cheers, Mike. So yeah, without nothing else further to say, good night, God bless, and as always, God save the bloody king. Boom. This is flipping incredible. Right, YouTube. So that is the very first Wednesday Waffle on this new camera. I'm looking forward to hearing what people think of the new setup. Yeah, brilliant. Bloody good night. Please do subscribe to the channel. Please do leave a comment. Good night. God bless. And as always, God save the king.